My good friend Matthew Dowd nailed it again. And you know what is so amazing with him nailing it? It's actually exactly what is happening now. I want you to listen to what he said just before the polls close, and then we'll take it on the other side.
I think that we're going to know early on election night as votes start coming in, which I've always counseled every candidate, as you know, Nicole, and operatives, is don't pay attention to much or the rumors you hear on election day, whether it's snowing in Minnesota or raining in Miami, or whether or not the people lined up at the polls in one place or not, is all of that. It doesn't matter until we actually start receiving votes start in. To me, I'm looking at where are we on the early part of the night, because the Republicans and many of the forecasters and modelers have predicted a red wave. And we're going to know that very quickly, specifically to one state. And we talked about it, and I went and talked to voters there, which is New Hampshire. New Hampshire will close relatively early. It has a key state, U.S. Senate race with Maggie Hassan, and it has two key congressional races that if there is a red wave, you'll see it there. If that red wave doesn't start forming there, it means we're going to be in for a very mixed and different night than most of the modelers had thought. That's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to be in a mixed night in the course of this. I have a theory. As you know, I have many theories, but I have a theory that what happened this year is the same thing that happened in 2016, but the opposite. And in 2016, all the modelers and forecasters overestimated Democrat support and underestimated Republican support. I think the reverse has happened today, which they've underestimated Democratic support and overestimated Republican support. Already today, even in the polls, the objective ones, Democrats are already overperforming, because traditionally the out party that doesn't hold the presidency loses in the first midterm by an average of 7 or 8 points. It's happened in every single midterm starting in 1982, with the exception of Bush's when he had astronomical approval ratings in 2002. Democrats aren't going to lose this race by 7 or 8 points in the course of this. That's the norm. So they're already overperforming. And so I'm very interested in the early returns and what it gives us a sign of, because what I think it's going to give us a sign of is all those Republican polls that flooded the zone in the last week were wrong, and we're way overestimating Republican support. And then we're in for not only a long night, we're probably in for a long week.
Matthew, you hit the nail on the head. And by the way, and not to pat myself on the back, but my politics and right folks would tell you that I've been saying the same thing as well. This stuff, these polls, it's not that the polls are wrong. It's at how the polls are doing, and also forgetting that a poll is not static and that there is, in fact, acceleration when folks start to see, oh my God, we may actually lose everything. Man, that was a good call. Right on the money. Let's see what happens. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.